What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I get these 20,000 steps in. For y'all that don't know, that ain't been around in a little bit, ain't hit me up this week, I'm doing a 20,000 step challenge, and it's been going. These first few days have been, pretty easy. Well, yesterday was a little rougher because I swear my steps was not counting right. I'm like, it just feel like I'm having to do twice as many steps to get the same count. So I don't know. I don't know if it was just in my head or if my watch needs to be reset or what, but I went ahead and did what I needed to do to get the steps according to what the watch was telling me I was at. So there is that. But let's talk about Usher, man. Usher, I seen him in a podcast because, everybody got one nowadays, right? Everybody got themselves a platform. I don't know. You guys might see me do the whole podcast thing coming up too. I've had quite a few of my subscribers ask me if I ever considered doing a podcast, and I hadn't before, but because I'm seeing more and more of you guys expressing an interest in it, I really am considering it. I really am leaning towards it, so we'll see. But Usher was on a podcast, y'all, and the guy was asking him about, just staying in shape, being fit, because you'll see at 45, Usher's still doing them shows shirtless, man. Usher did the Super Bowl shirtless. His shows that he do in Vegas and whatnot. He on tour. Usher was just here. He was just here, this last weekend or whatever. This is just bro out there killing it, man. I'm a fan of Usher. I'm sure, if y'all been kicking it with me for a while, y'all know, like, Chris Brown and Usher, they're my dudes right there, man. If I'm about to listen to some R&B, I'm about to put on one or the other. I didn't get to go to the Usher show, but maybe next time he in town, I'll go ahead and go. I missed it this time because I was just tied up with prior commitments. But yeah, Usher, he on tour. He does his residency in Vegas. Bro been staying in shape. He 45 years old, and dude's still doing them shows shirtless. And this is why I be telling y'all, man, about staying in shape, about body game, all that sort of shit, is because at 45, he's still killing it. When he come out there on that stage. Hey, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
He come out there on that stage, he get to doing what he do. And when he take his shirt off, the ladies respond very favorably to him doing that. So at age 45, Usher's still getting that type of response. And that's because my man stayed in shape. He makes a conscious effort to stay in shape. I like some of the things that he said about it, though, because I get where he coming from. He like, at 45, the hardest thing about it is holding on to it. I get it, because, over time, us men, our natural testosterone levels wane, at age 30, every year, it's like a point lower or something like that, a percentage lower, overall. At least this is what I've read in some different research. I don't know how accurate it is, because, when it comes to health and fitness, numbers for stuff change all the time. So it could be different now, but the last time I looked into it, it was like 1% every year, 1% lower after the age of 30. So, I'm in my 40s now. So I'm definitely seeing, I have to basically, right now, I probably work out 5 times harder than I did when I was in my 20s. Although, like, this is Hart Plaza behind me. It looks like they're redoing the steps. They've torn them up and are redoing them. And behind me there, where you see the like boxes or whatever covering up, that's a statue. It's a statue of the Underground Railroad. They're pointing over there to Canada. So just giving y'all some, idea. In fact, behind me, it's got the picture of it on there. So I don't think they're doing anything to that. I think they're just covering that up to protect it while they do all this other construction. But anyway, I'm gonna sit in the shade up here shortly when I get up there. We passed by that other cruise liner earlier. This is the Detroit Princess behind me. It's not really a cruise liner. It's just kind of a get around. It's fun though. They do little activities on there. People hold parties on there. But y'all know I always got to kick some of that Detroit City knowledge to y'all while I'm out here stepping. As I was saying though about me working out, I easily work out 5 times harder now than I did when I was in my 20s to get maybe a third of the results. I kid you not. I be in that gym working out so hard, way harder than I ever have before to see a fraction of the results. So I get exactly where he coming from when he say the hardest part is holding on to it. Y'all see I'm out here stepping every day, man. I haven't missed a day yet, knock on wood. If I have to miss a day, I have to miss a day. I don't know if I miss the uploads. I might just sit somewhere and do the uploads to talk to y'all like I normally do rather than being out here stepping. Y'all let me know if that's something that y'all want me to do. If you want me to just disappear for that day, or if you still want to hear from me, let me know. But as I was saying, I get out here, found a place to sit in the shade. I get out here, I'm stepping. Y'all know I go to the gym regularly. Y'all know that I be eating good, all that sort of stuff. And these just aren't things that I had to do when I was in my 20s. When I was in my 20s, I could eat whatever, and it would all be converted to muscle. I could eat total garbage and then go over to the boys' home across the street and hoop for hours, and I just stayed shredded. Now, can't do all that. So I get exactly where he coming from saying that the hardest part is hold on to it, because that is. Like when you fit in your 40s, there's a different level of like pride that goes into it, because you know that most guys in your age range have long since fallen off. Some of the dudes that I know never were in shape. All right, we was in our teens and they was out of shape. We was in our 20s, they was even more out of shape. We was in our 30s and they was just flat out sloppy. Now in our 40s, they looking just crazy, man. Like even if they were to lose the weight now, their body would just look bad because they would have so much sagging skin from literally decades of letting their body deteriorate the way that it has. So when you in shape in your 40s, it just hit different. There's a different level of pride that comes along with it, because you never fell off, and you know how much harder you gotta work now. I fell off briefly in my 30s, right? This was just briefly, like 30 to 36, I fell off, and I didn't get fat, but I got a little bit of a belly, and I basically missed having a strong, fit body. So age 36, I'm like, man, I got to get back on point and start, working out again. So I did. One thing I immediately noticed when I started going back to the gym was how much harder it was at 36 to work out versus when I was 30. And I thought maybe it's just because, I'm like out of practice. But no, because now I've been going back to the gym for years. And it's even harder than it was when I started going back at 36. And it certainly ain't because I'm out of practice, because I'm in that mofo every day. It's because when you get older, it just gets tougher. The amount of effort that you put in is that much more. The intensity and effort must go up every damn year in order for you to, not only maintain, but to make progress. Because you got to once you get to where you're trying to get to, it's easier to maintain, but you got to get there first. Getting there is a bitch. I'm telling y'all, getting there is a bitch. Like, woo-wee, just thinking about it got me exhausted. Like, getting there, you have this physique in your mind that you want to achieve within reason, because you got to take into account your age, you got to take into account genetics. So you come up with a physique in your mind, and you put the effort into getting there, and oh boy, man, I'm telling y'all, it is not easy. So if you in your 40s like Usher, and you still got a six-pack, bro, that's something to be proud of, because you know the effort that it took to get there, and you know the effort it takes to continue to maintain that. So I'm glad that Usher was speaking on that, man. 'Cause like I said, I really like Usher a lot, and you know, it was just cool to hear another dude in his 40s, you know, like a celebrity, somebody with, you know, a large presence, you know, just kind of keep it a buck about the effort that it takes to not only get there but stay there. Because he didn't have moments where he didn't kind of fell off. But Usher falling off ain't the same as falling off for us. For Usher, got a truck behind me. Hopefully it ain't drowning me out too much. But for Usher, falling off, it's not the same as, you know, us falling off. Because Usher could just gain like 10 pounds. And because he on camera and stuff all the time, that 10 pounds looks worse than what it really does. You know, they say that the camera adds 10 pounds. So the camera already adds 10 pounds, and then he gained 10 pounds for real. You know, he looks far less defined. So he's had his moments where I shouldn't even really use falling off, honestly, where he just, you could tell he slacked a bit on his diet and exercise, and he didn't look as defined. Now, you know, he done got back on it pretty tough. He looking pretty chiseled, especially for his age. So that's goals, man. There's another dude out there, LL. He always been in shape. You know, like LL is goals. I want to be a hot granddaddy one of these days. You know, but in order to get there, I got to do what I got to do now. So that's why I'm out here, man. I want to be that hot granddaddy one day, which is why I need to get my ass up and get back to these steps. So appreciate y'all connecting with me as usual. Thumbs up, leaving them comments, subscribe, holla at y'all.